So all three of these, the two theorems in this postulate need to go in your notes. So in all of these examples, we're going to be given information. We're trying to decide are M and N parallel. Are these two lines parallel based on the information that we're given? So for example A, we know that angle 7 is congruent to angle 3. So angle 7 and angle 3 are the two angles we're looking at. Okay, so what? It's,
are we trying to,
we know this. We're trying to say, are they parallel or not? So what type of angles are 7 and 3? Alternate interior. So do we have a theorem or postulate that says if the alternate interior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel? Yes, we do. So we're going to say answer yes to this, but then we're going to justify the yes. And so we have a theorem. Is it a theorem or postulate? It's a theorem. So alternate interior angles theorem, the converse. So we're going to say the converse of the alternate interior, and we can abbreviate as long as theorem, as long as I can read and determine what it is that you're saying. Okay? Okay, so we were given this information, whoops, with that x equals 8. And then we plugged in 8 and got 142 for each of those angles. Those represent corresponding angles, so if corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. So the converse of corresponding angles theorem?
Yep.
Okay, so that's what we need to put as our justification. If we say yes, we have to justify it. If we say no, we don't have to. Okay? Madison, you're getting all... Okay, so we plugged in x, or 14 for x, and we got our different values for the angles, and we know that 2 and 3 are same side interior, therefore they have to be supplementary. When we add those, we do get 180, which means they're supplementary. So the two lines are parallel. Yes, they are parallel. How do we justify that they are parallel? Postulate. So we are going to say by the converse of the same side interior angles postulate. Hopefully you're writing it neater and better than what I am on this. Converse of same side interior, SSI, not ISS, SSI angles postulate. Okay. All right, here's our next example. This is what we know about angle 8. This is what we know about angle 4. We know that x is 9, so do some figuring, see if we can determine whether lines M and N are... Whoops. Angle 8 is 53 degrees, and what did you get for angle 4? 48. So not equal. But let's look at the angles we have information on, 8 and 4. Those we would call alternate exterior angles, right? Do we have a theorem or postulate for the converse of the alternate interior angles? Theorem or postulate? Nope. But we do know if the lines are parallel, what's true about those two angles? They're going to be equal, correct? In this case, they're not equal. So we're going to say no. And we don't have to justify. We do have enough information to say no, correct? Because if these two are vertical, 8 and 2 are vertical, 4 and 6 are vertical, so then we could be working with angles 2 and 6, and those are alternate interior. They aren't going to be equal to each other, so the lines cannot be parallel. So there we go. Okay, so for tomorrow, what I need for you to do is I want you to make note cards for the two theorems and the one postulate we talked about today. So if one side of the postulate will be the name of it, the back side will be of your note card will be what it says. So the front side of your note card might say the converse of the alternate interior angles theorem. And then on the back, you would write what that states. Does that make sense? 3 note cards due tomorrow over the 2 theorems and 1 postulate. That's your assignment. So use